Testing. Okay. Ooh, creatives, Joseph Sikora here, welcome back, and in this video I want to explore the perfect piano practice morning routine. What goes into a decent morning routine, what would make it effective. 6:30 in the morning, I'm not particularly the most creative person in the world, so it's all about just rolling out of bed, stumbling to that piano, and just being able to sit at it and knock out some really cool little exercises that are going to help some fundamental skills. Now, no need to think, sit down and play. Let's get started. Now, you don't need to go crazy with this. 5 minutes a day is absolutely fine. We don't want to overload or overwhelm ourselves. So I'm going to give you some repetitive exercises that are going to build over time, develop those core skills. And the first one, we're going to start down here with our thumb on the C. And we're going to move up using our thumb and our third finger. Now, you will be absolutely amazed what you can accomplish if you strengthen up the thumb and the third finger. So we start off on this C with our thumb, and we're going to alternate the thumb and the third finger, simply moving up what's called chromatically between the C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, okay? So it's all in a sequence there, and then back down like this. Okay, so we go C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, D sharp, D, C sharp, C, okay? Start off nice and slow and build up the speed, keeping it nice and even to see how fast we can get. And you'll find that the more you do this, you'll develop a burn, okay? You'll start to feel a real burn in the wrist here, or the lower arm. An extension to that is to bring in the blues scale. And I mentioned that these two fingers are really useful. Well, this is the reason. Not only are we practicing this thumb tuck here, which is really good piano technique, keeping the wrist level and bringing the thumb underneath with that thumb control, but we're also going to practice the blues scale as well, which is really good for you if blues is your thing. We're going to move up what we call the blues scale. We're going to start off on the C, and then E flat, and then F, F sharp, G, B flat, C, and then back down again like this, all using that thumb and that third finger, okay? So C, D sharp, or C, okay, it's the blues, I'll call them flats. C, E flat, F, G flat, G, B flat, C, okay? So that's a nice little extension, and you can start moving up and down that scale. So that's getting the thumb and the third finger working, super useful for a variety of reasons. The next set of exercises, I want to explore getting the flow down into those fingers. So I've explored this exercise quite a few times on the channel. That's simply just starting off on the C here, and we're going to move up and down the C, the D, the E, the F, and the G, and we're going to go up and down those notes like this, okay? But when you do this for a while, what I'm hoping is, over time, you'll get comfortable with the process of actually striking those notes, of hitting those notes. And so I want you to think about the next set of exercises in a slightly different way. Rather than just pushing down each note separately like this, we want to develop flow, we want to develop speed, so we can relax from the shoulder all the way down to this wrist here, a nice arc in the wrist. We've got this nice smoothness down to the fingers like this, and if you notice, there's a arc all the way, pretty much from my shoulder all the way down to my fingers. There's a nice arc. There's no angles, there's no angular movements. I'm not like this, I'm not like this, I'm not like this. These are all common mistakes that we have as beginners, but I want a really nice relaxed shoulder, a nice smooth position all the way down to the ends of my fingers. And when I get that, I want to snap the fingers onto the keys, okay? I want to try and get that snap. And what you might find is, when you get a feel for this and you get that relaxed feel, you can play way faster than you ever imagined. When you are getting used to this, you find that it becomes uneven, and stick with it, okay? Remember, this is a morning routine that you do every single morning, and it compounds over time, okay? And you'll find that you can get a feeling in those fingers that just snaps down onto the keys, okay? Similarly to that, you can try just using the E, the F, and the G like this, okay? So similar thing, we want to try and just get these three fingers, because these three fingers are really weak, okay? When we first start out, in my experience, and I've taught plenty of beginners, these three fingers here, particularly this fourth finger, the real problem finger, you know, that we need to develop and sort out. Develop the muscles in there. So that's another little exercise that can help you with that. Just the E, the F and the G. Fingers 3, 4 and 5. Just alternating between those three notes like that. And I should mention that I am now a proud father of a 3-month-old, and I have had no time over the last 3 months to practice this piano. So I'm a little rusty myself, and I need this as much as you guys, which is kind of why I wanted to come up with a morning routine, to be honest. Just get up, get on with it. Anyway, so another exercise is arpeggios, okay? So exactly the same principle. We can start out just pushing the notes down like this as we go up and down the C major arpeggio, the C, E, G, C, G, E, C. We want to try and get the snap and the feel. And once you get that, the speed just flows out naturally. And, you know, it might sound like I'm showing off here, but honestly, guys, it's not as difficult as you might think. And if you practice this every single day, particularly with that relaxed arm all the way down to the fingers, and you get a feel for that finger snap, you'll get it. You'll get it. It'll build over time. Might take you a while, but you will get it, I promise. So, that's the arpeggio. The next set and last set of mind-numbingly boring exercises I've got for you today is all about chords and developing that skill to be able to move between different chords, different chord inversions. You can do this with any chord, but quite simply, I want you to start off with a C major chord like this, so that's C, E, G. And then from here, we're going to move to the E, the G, and the C this way. So this is what we call the first inversion C chord, like this. So it uses exactly the same notes. We just start on the E. And then this one at the top, which is the second inversion C chord, starting on the G. So that's a G, C, and E. If that is sounding like complete and utter gibberish to you, check the cards. I've put a video in there that I did quite a while ago on chord inversions. Check that out. Okay, and all we're going to do is cycle up and down those three inversions like this. Okay, you can set a timer and treat that as an exercise as well. Okay. Another chord exercise you can do, really useful, is just start off on the C and move up the octave like this. So just stick with the root and just try and see how fast you can get moving from one octave to the next like this. If you hit wrong notes, it really doesn't matter. It's not what it's about. It's all about just doing 5 minutes, or even 10 if you can manage it. Job done. Till your main practice of the day, of course. This doesn't replace your main practice. This is just something extra you can do on a morning to really help you develop those skills. Oh, what's wrong with me? Hopefully you can see that, yes, I've given you some exercises and you can just go away and practice those, but if you look at the principle of what I'm doing is, they're just repetitive exercises that are designed to help you achieve certain things. Okay, that's all it is. So have a look at what you need to work on in your piano journey. What are you struggling with? Have a look at some exercises to help you with that, and just slot those into your morning routine. So before we have a look at how we can put those into a nice little morning routine for you, I have an announcement. I have a premium course out called Creative Practice Routines. It is designed to teach you how and what to practice, so you never run out of ideas and you're always going after the goals on the piano that you want to go after, that you want to achieve. Not what your piano teacher told you at 9 years old or whatever, but what you want to accomplish on that piano. I'm really pleased and actually quite proud that this course has helped nearly 1,000 people so far. And I want to let you all know that this course has received a huge update. Okay, it's now perfect for beginners. It takes you step by step from the very beginning, having never touched a key before, to being able to play some beautiful music just sat at that piano. It's now twice as big and full of information about how you can improve your piano practice, and because of that, the price is going up. Yes, it's going way up on the 3rd of November. So if you want to lock in today's price, then go and check out the course now, sign up, and you can get it for its current price. You can read all about the course and see if it's for you at members.creativepianoacademy.com/CPR. Let's have a look at what I would do with those exercises and form a little morning routine. So remember, we've got 5 minutes to play with. It can be anything really, 5, 10, 6, 2 minutes is better than nothing. So I could take this first exercise here and I could simply go up and down this exercise for, let's say 50 seconds, okay? So I'll set my timer and I'll go up and down this exercise for 50 seconds, wait 10 seconds, give my fingers and my wrist a little bit of a rest, and then I could move on to this exercise, okay? I'll do that for another 50 seconds. Just get those fingers nice and loosened up. Okay, then 10 seconds rest, and then I might try this one here, just really nailing these 3 fingers for another 50 seconds, another 10-second rest, and then maybe I'll move on to now doing the arpeggio. Okay, again, you know, just nice and loose, nice and smooth. 50 seconds, another 10-second rest, and then the very last exercise, which will bring me to 5 minutes, is I'll practice these inversions like this. So before you know it, you've done 5 minutes of repetitive exercises, you've got your fingers loosened up, you've trained a bit of those muscles. It's going to do you a world of good. Another example, totally at random, you know, 50 seconds. I'll just practice trying to move between these chords like this. Okay, then 10-second rest, and then I might just adapt that, stick with the same theme because maybe that's what I want to practice for now. I might use this first inversion, and I'll go up and down this chord like this. Okay, so that's now 2 minutes or 50 seconds on that, 10 seconds rest, and then I might go and do the blues scale. Okay, so I've done this one for a while. Maybe I did that yesterday. I'm a bit bored, so now I'll do the blues scale. See if the blues scale begins to feel a little bit easier, a little bit smoother. Okay, that's another minute, and then what else could I do? Well, I'll just finish off by doing this one again because we can't do enough of this one, me included. It's a tough one, is that? And then, you know, back to the arpeggio for a minute. So we've got a nice variety there. Make sure you keep things kind of fresh and interesting each day, as interesting as these exercises can be. And also write out the exercises before you do your session, because you don't want to be thinking halfway through, I don't know what I'm going to do next, and then you stop, and then, you know, you don't want to be having to think. You know, that's not the point of this. You just want to be, just muscle work. It's just going to the gym, doing the reps, and watching yourself improve. That's all this is. Creatives, you are the best. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you choose to do or what exercises you choose. I'd love to hear from you to see if this morning routine helps you. I'll write these exercises out for you as well as a few more and stick them up in Patreon, so you can go to patreon.com/creativepianoacademy, support me over there, and you can get access to a load of guide sheets for all my other videos as well. And of course you can support me and this channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.